One chelelelelelelele vibes nkwa emsafo mu akwaba edeba eye vibes nkwa wa Beku Santana TV. So with that CP so bring na. Thank you so much, and please don't forget, share. Unsubscribe or subscribe. Maybe today's your first time. Ha and komonkwa. Great conversations, wisdom, information, entertainment. Bibia koswa. Na ene yensaka legendary Amanzeba. Amanzeba is a repository of music, wisdom, culture combined. Great man, Yamawakwaba. Blessed to be under your feet this evening. Yeah, that's it. The time, your music talks about our life, our way of life. And all that. But sisan, that music nina anche okan samoche or we faded from system. Are we losing our culture? Are we losing our identity through music?
First of all, let me just say how privileged I am to be here and be discussing issues like this, because we are losing it. The point is, every nation has to have a national psyche that reflects his way of life. Your way of life is your culture. Look, I'm telling you, Ghana was it the continent, was it called Nigeria? We took our way of life there. So if indeed we'll sit and look at it as a commodity that is actually diminishing, I think it's unfortunate. Right now we have me, Ambule, Uncle Botel, and they are existing. And if you scan the global network, when it comes to entertainment, Jedouble Ambule is touring almost everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Uncle Botela, the same.
Still playing, performing.
So I'm asking that why is it that from without they are accepting what you term high life, which it seemed to be fading away, and within we are just looking down, and complacency is one of yen bane. The thing that is affecting us as Ghanaians is complacency, because we have too much.
It can't about the national psyche, and I agree with you. So there should be a deliberate agenda that our music, our identity, our original music, the high life today, when they are touring, we should make them part of the performing artists today by event organizers. So who should we blame? Should we blame the event organizers who are not putting them on the bill, or we should play radio stations and TV stations who are not playing or promoting the songs?
Event organizers are always there to make profit for a businessman. But the point is, you see, you can't keep on selling the same thing over and over and over again. Now, level the playing field.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
If all of these international events that happen here, what for the current generation? Give them the other side too.
Okay.
Let people make their choice.
Okay.
Man, just don't go there and say, we have, let's say, Manche, he's the current artist. Kofima, Beku Santana, they are the current artists. And see, line that class of artists alone. Listen, culture, like they say, is dynamic. So it doesn't lie on only one person's lap to present what he thinks the people must be. As for the radio stations and TV stations, yes, you are very blamable. Because, look, the real intention, the primary objective of Nkrumah to set up radio stations, or setting up, if you go to GBC, Plaque Bibo, I can't quote it verbatim, but he said he created that for the benefit of the Ghanaian artist. Now, for instance, some of the stations are trying a little bit, but you see, quantify the content and ask me how much of it represents us. Now every Ghanaian artist wants to sing like a Nigerian.
Should we make a policy, a law?
I told you a while ago that if I were president, before you qualify to be nominated to hold a government office, you have to present a paper on culture. Wherever you're coming from, say if you Nangpanduria, bring me what you think it is the real culture of the people, because we are here to market, not to market, to propagate, show to the world what we have.
Our parliament passed a law in the e-levy. Our parliament passed a law in the betting tax. Our parliament has passed several laws or benefit of man. Minim law or the parliament what pass over protected young culture. Do you think that government should come out with a law so that radio station, I know there's a broadcasting bill, it has not been passed. The broadcasting bill has not been passed into law. If the broadcasting bill is passed into law and is assented by the president, then there will be a strong regulatory framework that you can play more foreign songs than local songs, or you should have a cultural, something.
But most of all, I mean, my real objective view about this is that yes, you can pass the law, but Samia party will be fair. Can you tell me the songs I have to play?
Anyway,
so that the Minister of Culture, Tourism must know that if he is going to occupy an office, he must go there very knowledgeable about what he wants to do. Now, every country on earth protect their culture. Even in America. Recently, Shabarangs was complaining about, Ian in particular, Ghanaians trying to, usurp one role as dancehall artists, reggae artists and stuff. Look, music is music.
it was Buju, right?
It was Buju.
Yeah, Buju.
Yeah, Buju. Yeah. But Shaba has also
said
remarked.
Yeah.
There's no reason why I should have a content like television content, radio content, about outnumber Amimese. Because we have a little space. Look at Ghana. This small space that we have, we are competing with the entire world. Americans are pushing theirs, Jamaicans are pushing theirs, everybody. And even if they don't push theirs, we will pick it up and push it.
You have said that you are a native messenger. Amanzeba may a native messenger. Native messenger is Okonfo. Native messenger is a fetish.
Okonfo.
So, how about it? You are a native messenger.
Look, have you seen anybody hanging? So we saw hanger. No. Gravity is actually keeping our feet on the ground, on the soil.
That's true.
So you have to be part of the soil. I mean, and the voices of the ancestors. Yeah. I charge one. And just look at it this way: the gold that you're digging from the ground, when you finish, it goes back into the ground because you are digging the thing out. Gold is not meant for us to be wearing as a. It's meant for space exploration, youth research, and stuff. What the Western world and what amassing it is geared at space exploration. In the next 50 years, 60 years, 100 years, when we are not around, they'll be building heaven now. What catch or there or what sorry? Oh yeah, it's their intention to build their heaven in space. Elon Musk and all of these guys. There's going to be space tourism. So all I'm saying is that, listen, I as a native messenger, I listen to the voice of our ancestors. Because
how do you listen to the voice of ancestors? Do you go to cemetery? Do you go to the riverside? Do you go to the caves, the mountain?
Well, I've given you mine. I mean, I draw a lot of inspiration from underneath the tree. And you could have yours in a different way. I'm telling you that, listen, say, Okomfanochi Yebrunya. If Okomfanochi were a white man, by now he would be in the Bible. All the people
or even a book that is being studied.
No. Precisely the Bible, because of the miracles he performed. They said Jesus walked on the surface of water, right?
That'll be contentious.
Yes, but if somebody conjured the golden stool from the heavens, he didn't even dig the ground.
That'll be contentious because
now hang on. Well, religion has a way of making people scared of commenting on certain issues.
Not really. It's because yenyim followers now. Yenyim those who are holding on to his ideals. Yenyim, we know what Okomfanochi did.
The reason,
but where he came from, Okrampono, one kasampo, this is joy brunya. We don't honor and accept
even the history we learned in our primary schools told us that Okomfanochi was an albino. And so he was an outcast. Into Opakanenzama, and he left
to Ashanti.
And I also know. Like the proverbial prophet is never
accepted in his hometown.
Exactly. So all I'm saying is that, listen, people claim to be religious because every Sunday they go to church and the same Bible is read to them, the same passages. So it has a way of actually finding a way to dig roots and blossom in your minds that you can argue about the things that you were not there when it happened. So all I'm saying is that you listen to the ancestors because you have a mind of your own and you have a heart of your own. The presence of God in us is the brain and the heart.
What did the ancestors tell you when you were writing the songs or the album of Wogbejeke in 1998, 1999? Today, 25 years. You mentioned Ose Tutu, King Taki,
right.
and all that. Even before, yes, won't be Seguado. It's 25 years now. What did the ancestors tell you?
They told me to be myself. Listen from within. Listen, all we are missing and losing the scramble that all of us are involved in is we are not being ourselves.
Do you pour libation?
Oh yes.
You call the ancestors?
Oh yes. When I wake up in the morning, I put water on the ground.
Water.
First of all, yes,
not
water.
Alcohol.
Oh, I don't mind because I'm into alcohol. So if I raise my bottle or my calabash, the content is
That's
water.
how you pray.
Yes, the content is water. I feel okay dampo. Sana we kwanamo.
It those pouring libation with alcohol won't jayana.
Oh.
Kofi Wayo once said,
no.
Always we say that, or you give them alcohol and the gods are drunk now. We should.
He was actually coming from the lighter side.
We should give them energy drink.
He was actually coming from the lighter
because
side.
We call on the ancestors to help us, but we give them alcohol and they get drunk and they are not helping us.
The fact that you mentioned their name, because it seems that the minute they pass away, they are forgotten. But my great grandmother, who hails from Dahomey, who I always mention her in my prayers, she will always be around to tell you things. Wherever you find yourself, you must be in tune with the spirit. Look, put religion aside. It's a religion and bar. Until there was spirituality. King Leopold, when he told his missionaries to come here, he told them that don't go and tell them the ways of God because they know God already. We say yes, sorry, before you pour your libation, you call the supreme being who is present in everybody and every situation. So they did not come and show us, they came to show us their way of God. And they told them that, listen, as you go, the place is so rich. Tell them that their well-being will not come from the land, but it's in heaven. So whilst
they told us that our well-being is not on the land, it's in heaven. And that is why we are destroying our lands. And we are sending our natural resources to them. And they are building space, Mars. They are building, they are storing gold normally yes spacecraft. And I say assassin.
Do you know how much it will cost us to reclaim our land?
What's it when we plant some
Let's
plants
assume that both of us are engaged in Galamsey, and this piece FM area is maybe a year to year Galamsey. We had buildings, we had farms and stuff like that, but because of the greed to go underneath and pick those things, and then we go for our money and we are driving in our SUVs and stuff like that. Now, when you can't get water to drink, and when you can't get any way to situate your building, your hut in Nigeria, do you know how much it's going to cost you to get those things back in multiples?
you import.
You import, and your CD2 is very stable.
No.
Your CD is one CD to $1, so you don't have a problem. But
No.
if you really realize the implications, Charlie, we in front of him, what's it there? Yeah, we don't really go.
Great conversation with the man. I call him repository of wisdom and knowledge. The man is embedded with so much wisdom, ancient history and important
That
events.
is what every African is supposed to. Every African is supposed to be wise.
I'm always privileged to be under his feet. I've been around this great man for decades, and trust me, anytime I encounter him, I pick something. Anytime I he's a very great man, and I don't think we have honored him well enough. I don't think that